So get ready to laugh and to learn. Please put your hands together, make some noise for my good friend, Devin Henderson, everybody. Let's do it. Yeah.
Here and hey, what's up, man? Hey, how about for this team over here? We're like, they're doing great, okay? Red Propeller, the staff, Jeff, let's give them a round of applause. Come on. And quit your whining, all right? If it's not going well, that goes for you speakers. Hey, if you missed the morning and you just got here, there's one thing you need to know. Kevin Butcher, can you stand up? You can hire anybody here today, hire multiple speakers, but hire him, okay? Kevin, wave. Talk to Kevin at the break. You need his message. That's it. All right. So my dad is a Marine. Can I get a hoorah? And I say is a Marine because once a Marine, always a terrible father. My dad loves that joke. It's okay, man. It's cool. This is true, though. My dad, he is 16 years older than my mom. 16 years, man. Hoorah. Hoorah because who robbed the cradle? My dad. My mom was her own flower girl. I love people's faces. They're like, is he serious about that part? Because that's messed up, dude. Yeah, no, it's true. They're 16 years apart. Really, I thought my mom was my sister forever. We're just dysfunctional. That's it. Now, here's why I bring up my dad, okay? My dad has a great sense of humor, and today I'm a humorist. So I took after my dad, and I'll give you an idea of my dad's sense of humor. We would be like, hey, Dad, do you have a pen? He's like, yes, I do. Do you need to borrow it? And we're like, yes, we do. And he goes, okay, check this out. Hang on to that. Yeah, you can have that. Try it. Just shove it in there, Karen. It's really fun. Yeah, you already know me. Yeah, so. Now, here's something my dad taught me when I was young. He said, Devin, when life's hard, laugh hard. And I was like, okay, all right, because it was really random. But I remembered that. When life's hard, laugh hard. And I'm going to tell you more about how that conversation came about. But first, I want to tell you how I apply that advice. Okay, first of all, I'm married. I know, shocker, right? My wife and I just celebrated 11 years of marriage. Well, thanks. Thank you. Hoorah. That's right, Brian. We have 5 wonderful children. Okay, thanks for clapping for my wonderful children. Right? A bunch of baby haters out here, by the way. Yeah, it's and they're all girls. Okay, that's a fake reaction, but thank you. Appreciate that. God's a comedian. People say, now, do you actually really have 5 kids, or do you just make that up because, you're a humorist? No, I really do have 5 kids. Their names are Claire, Charlotte, Cambry, Elsie, and Eva. Their ages are 10, 8, 5, 3, and 11 months. I'm guessing on some of these. But people are like, cherish them, man. They grow up so fast. I'm like, really? It feels like it's taken forever. It's crazy. But it's cool. Now, here's the thing. Having 5 girls is awesome. I love it. It's a blessing. They're amazing. Here's what's annoying about having 5 girls. Other people's reaction to me having 5 girls, okay? So people say the same thing all the time. They're like, 5 girls. Ooh, you gonna go for that boy? I'm like, yeah, do I look like a quitter? Yeah, I'm going for the boy, all right? And people watch us walk into a grocery store. They're like, whoa, 5 girls. Dude, you're outnumbered. Thanks, Mr. Less Than Greater Than. Hadn't put that together. So I'm outnumbered, and people are like, you know what it means, having 5 girls. I'm like, that you're going to say something really dumb. People are like, you got to pay for 5 weddings, dude. But here's the thing. I'm not going to let weddings break me. I'm just not. I bought a book. I read it to them every night because kids like repetition, The book is The Berenstain Bears Learn the Word Elope. Plant the seeds now, man. You know what I'm saying? I call it the Stan and Jan Save Me 80 Grand plan. Dave Ramsey recommends the book. I'm giving out copies after the show. Check it out. Have a little financial piece. Other people are like, you know who chooses the sex, right? They're like, Daddy decides. I'm like, hey, look, Daddy ain't good with split-second decisions. Okay, get off my back, okay? It's like, Devin, what do you want this time? Too late, another girl. Whoa, okay. And then other people are like, dude, if you need a boy, have you thought about adoption? I'm like, we tried it. Didn't work. Nobody would take 5 girls. Like, no, we'll just get these Waldingos instead over here. But here's the thing. When life's hard, laugh hard. Sometimes as a dad, as a husband, life is hard. Even just with marriage. My wife and I, sometimes we're a little bit off when we text. Now, I'm not the brightest guy in the world, but sometimes my wife treats me like I have no brain. Like, she'll send me a text, and a word will get messed up somehow, so she thinks she has to send a follow-up text with the correct word and an asterisk, which is the little star. That asterisk communicates, hey, moron, you probably couldn't have figured out that was the wrong word, so here's the right one. Plug it in there, genius. But here's the thing, I don't always need that follow-up text. Hardly ever do you need it. Like the time she said, hey, Devin, go by the bank and pick me up a little monkey. I didn't need the follow-up text. Okay, what does she think she's saving me from? Does she really think I'm at the bank going, I want my monkey, and I want it now? Excuse me, I'm getting a text message. Oh, dear. You're going to laugh, dude. Big mistake. Hold the monkey. Don't need a monkey. I need a donkey? She screws up the follow-up text, too, but anyway. But I don't mean to throw, she knows I share this stuff. She's totally cool with it. Some of you are like, he's going to die later when she sees the video. No, I screw up text messages all the time, okay? Like one time I was watching the kids, and she was out on some women's trip, and I texted her, the kids are missing you, but somehow I cut off the word you. And I could see a text coming in from her. You know what? This is the truth. 2 thumbs up, smiley face. I was like, LOL, love you. She's like, haha, love you too, homie. Asterisk, honey. Life's hard, man. Life is so hard. When life's hard, laugh hard. That's what my dad taught me. Now, here's how that came up in conversation. See, my dad really is 16 years older than my mom, and he was 50 when I was born. 50 years old. I wasn't planned, okay? But he didn't have to tell me that. Like he did when I was 15. He's like, dude, by the way, you were a surprise. I was like, dude, so were you. Gramps. But in middle school, we had to do a report on the Great Depression. And we had to go interview somebody who lived during the Great Depression. Everyone else was like, where are we going to go? So they all went to the nursing home. I just walked across my hall. Had my pencil paper. I started firing off questions at my dad. What was it like? How hard was it? Tell me about the Great Depression. He was like, it was awful, terrible. We had no money. We had some cows. We had a horse, some chickens, a velociraptor. Okay, you're listening. You're the only guy listening. He's like, there couldn't have been dinosaurs. Yeah. It was rough. He said we had no money. To play basketball at school, I had to borrow basketball shoes. And they were always a little bit too small. And that was my dad, and I thought, man, that's rough. And I said, how did you get through it? Because that's one of the questions we had to ask is, how did you get through this hard time? And he said, I'll give you one word answer, laughter. Laughter. And I was like, okay, even my 7th grade mind was like, what could you have been laughing at when there was no food on the table and your shoes were too small? And he said, we were laughing at the radio, at the Red Skelton radio show. Who's ever heard of Red Skelton before? All right, thank you, old people. Now, young people, I didn't know who he was either, okay? Red Skelton is like this old-time clown, motivational speaker, radio personality. And he said this. Red Skelton said that all men make mistakes, but married men find out about them sooner. And it's true. I already know my mess-ups for tomorrow. I just got a text. It's incredible. But I thought, man, if my dad can live through the Great Depression and laughter is one of the biggest tools to help him through it, I think I can, get by when the kids talk back to me or the Wi-Fi goes out or a client tells me no. So here's why humor works. Let me just show you. If you're holding something, put it down. If you got a phone or a drink or a baby, just drop it. Kidding. Don't drop your phones. It's crazy. Everybody take your left hand, put it straight into the air, just like this. Okay? You're going to turn it around just like, it's okay, Cheryl. Everyone's doing it. Cheryl's like, I don't want to be the only idiot. Everyone's doing it, Cheryl. Okay, turn your palm toward your face, bring it in to where it's almost touching your nose, and try to focus on your palm. How's that working for you? You can barely see it, right? Now take it out to arm's length. Now focus on your palm. How's that help? Is that a little better when you get a little bit of perspective? Okay, nice job. You can put your hands down. That perspective, that's what humor does for us in life. Do you ever feel like at work? Do you ever feel like you're working right here? Okay? It's hard to be productive. It's hard to be creative. It's hard to be a team player when you've got all these personal issues going on. When you've got, what's the word, Kevin Butcher? Shame. When you got shame. You're right here. If you're able to laugh, it's one tool that gives you that perspective to see things around you. I use this all the time as a parent, but the same thing that worked for me as a dad worked for you as business people, all right? Like the time we were getting our Christmas tree last year at Home Depot, because we're adventurous. We're getting in the car, and somehow I only had 2 of my daughters with me and one of their friends. So I'm tying the tree on top of the car, and these 3 little clowns come out with hot chocolate. They were giving away free hot chocolate. I didn't know this. No lids. No lids. So they're getting in the car. I'm like, don't spill it. Okay, Dad, yeah. They get in. 2 seconds later, whoops. So I look down. There is hot chocolate everywhere. And immediately, I'm right here. Does this happen at work? You know, your fax doesn't go through? He said fax. All right, just making sure you're awake. All right, old-time reference. You're right here. I was here immediately. I finished tying the tree on top of the car. We're driving home. I'm ticked off, right? It's quiet. It's weird. And the friend, they're all 3 in the back seat covered with hot chocolate. The friend says to my daughters, your dad's pretty mad. They're like, yeah, he gets like this. Here's the thing. Something I've learned, when life's hard, laugh hard, and we have a choice in these stressful situations. When we're dealing with change, when we're dealing with difficult people, we have a choice. We can either crack or we can crack up. My wife thought of that title, by the way. I told you I married up. She's amazing. Crack or crack up. I was cracking, baby. I was right here. But I remembered, okay, I get up and I talk to people about this. I've got to make sure that I'm living my message out. So I decided I'm gonna crack up. So I turned around and I said something to the girls that I knew would bring the house down with 9-year-old girls. And I said, okay, who pees hot chocolate? Brought the house down, okay? You use any bathroom humor with kids, and you're going to kill every time, all right? So they start laughing uncontrollably. Now, and all of a sudden, it was like, immediately. Now, you can't always get that immediate relief, but in a situation like that, I did. We went home. They helped me clean it up, because I'm like, well, they're not going to be able to clean it up. You know who's really going to clean it up? My wife. But we did the best we cleaned it up. They didn't jet from Psycho Dad, because when Psycho Dad gets crazy, they're gone, right? And your people, the people who work under your clients, when they see you freak out, they're gone. They don't want to be around you anymore, okay? You're a freak at that point. They stay with me. We put up Christmas lights. We put up the Christmas tree. It was awesome. Now, how do you do it, right? Because some of you are thinking, I'm not a comedian. It's hard for me to find the funny. I have one tool that can help you, and I actually don't have time today, so find me, and I'm going to give you a tool to how to find the funny, because it's not easy. Now, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's right there, okay? Like the time a lady came up to me after a show, she goes, Devin, I love your self-defecating humor. How did you know? What gave it away? Or the time the flight attendant was able to do this one time. Okay, she was born with this ability. She came down the aisle with a drink cart. Guy next to me orders his drink. Yeah, I'll have an ice water, hold the ice. Did we hear that? Ice water, hold the ice. Okay, this is what the flight attendant did. She filled up a cup with ice, poured water into it, handed it to the guy and said, that'll be ready in just a minute. That's what I'm talking about, okay? Because see, sometimes in situations where people do dumb things and make you mad at work, you go to the back of the room and you start talking about that idiot up in 24A. Can you believe what this guy said? No, instead you have fun with it. You get that perspective. Now you're more creative, you're more productive, you're a better team player, okay? So what I do is I'm a comedian, of course, but I'm not just a comedian. I come in and I talk about how to find that funny, to use it as a useful life skill. And I also talk about how when humor doesn't work, because sometimes laughter isn't always the answer. When it's not, I have a tool for that as well. I would love to share that with you, but I don't have time. But come talk to me. I'd be happy. Don't forget to hire Kevin Butcher. Another plug. Couple things about finding the funny. One thing, I'm always looking for it, okay? And I want you to know I have something for you today that you can walk out the door with that can make people laugh. Would you like a tool? Okay. First of all, you can have my book. It's called Share Your Magic. I'm also a magician. Well, I'm a recovering magician. You can watch some of my videos if you go to YouTube. Just search Devin Henderson. That's for you. You're welcome. Everybody else gets one too. You're very welcome. I'll tell you what's hard is dieting, okay? Anybody with me on this one? Dieting? I mean, some days I'm doing awesome, like all day, and then like I fall apart around 7:30 a.m., you know? It's like, what do I do? Rice Krispies or Rice Krispie treats? Now, my wife is always trying to push us to health. She's like, let's eat better. Let's eat better. I'm like, I do eat better. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. What do you want from me? You guys like Papa John's? That garlic butter sauce? I use it like essential oils. I'm just like, yeah, yes. It's awesome. One day she was like, I'm going to make asparagus. I was like, why? Okay. She's like, they've done studies. Asparagus improves your memory, Devin. I've told you that over and over and over. I'm like, what? It's true, though. I started eating asparagus, and I was like, oh, yeah, I remember. I have a gag reflex. Thank you, asparagus. You're my friend. Awesome. But here's the thing. I'm going to leave you with this. Dieting's hard. I have to laugh about it. I have to make jokes about it. There's funny in everything that's hard, okay? These people, though, with the bumper stickers that say 26.2, those people ran a really long distance. 26.2, they finished a marathon, all right? That's nuts to me. Now, some people have the 13.1. They're just half crazy. But I have a sticker also. It says 3.14 because I finished a pie. And it looks like this, and they're available to every one of you on the table back there. If it runs out, come get me. I got more. Just for you, Cheryl, just for you. God bless you. Don't forget to hire Kevin Butcher. Thank you.